Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and I am bringing you this week's Wednesday inspiration. Today's topic is It's Up to You. What if it's all up to you? What if all the ways that we say, what can I have? What should I charge for my product? What should I charge for my service? What if it's totally up to you? What if it's totally up to how much you can accept in life? What if it's not about what anyone else thinks you deserve or you're worth or any of that? What if it's all about what you think you're worth and what you think you ought to have? What if it's really about that? This is what I have discovered over time. You know, when I first started doing workshops and classes and doing entrepreneurial things, I would always look at, like, what is the market? What can the market bear? What are other people charging? What can I charge? What can people pay? What can they afford to pay? And that process always drove me crazy. And then I started to realize that whatever I felt I deserved, whatever I could feel worthy of, whatever I could accept as that I'm worthy of, is what I could easily charge. And that's a really cool principle. That life really, in terms of what we're receiving and what we're getting and what we're experiencing in life, is really about our own ability to accept, our own ability to be worthy of that which we would like to receive. So it shifts where we put our energy. And instead of putting our energy and trying to figure out, having our energy be out there, you know, what will people pay and what will people think is okay, we start to turn inward and we start to build a consciousness and a sense of worthiness within ourselves, which means we go into some self-awareness, right? We start to look at the beliefs we have about ourselves and the ways that we look at ourselves, and we begin to change that, right? We begin to remove in ourselves all of those obstacles to our ability to accept that which is rightfully ours, our divine inheritance. And we begin to work on that sense of worthiness, that, wow, it's really up to me what life is going to give me. How much can I accept? How worthy do I feel of receiving good? And we just work at that level. We don't even look at the outer part so much anymore. I mean, of course, there's things to deal with in the market and all that sort of thing, but so much, I've discovered, has little to do with what's out there and what anyone else is thinking or any of that it has to do with my own internal state of acceptance, ability to accept, and sense of worthiness. So that's the invitation today, to spend some time and energy and attention building up your own sense of self-worth, building up your own ability to accept. And so you might stretch yourself, right? You might start to say, I would be willing to accept this and something way bigger and more expansive than what you've been able to accept before. Just start flexing that muscle, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Just start flexing that muscle. Play with it, right? Like, wow, I would be willing to accept $1 million right here, right now. This is not all about money, but just as an exercise, right? And see how that feels, right? Because sometimes we see that when we say that there's a part of us that cringes, and we say, oh, there's where my work is. There's that part of me that would not, even if someone else were willing to pay me that right now, there's that part of me that feels unworthy to accept it. So we work at that level of our ability to accept and our sense of worthiness, what we feel worthy of and deserving. And that, surprise, surprise, determines actually what we're able to receive in life and what we do receive in life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and blessings. All right, I'm doing my